Adam, I've seen your show. It's about proving things wrong, but you can't do that to science. Science is how we find out the truth about the world.
Yes, it is. But the way we do science is often flawed.
Well, not here it isn't. Carl and I are working on a very exciting, very solid study about how vitamin D affects human memory retention. Yes, you are a good little test subject.
Actually, if you're trying to learn about humans, he's a terrible little test subject. Sorry.
What? Everyone knows testing on rodents is practically the same as doing actual human trials.
Yes, everyone knows that. Too bad they're wrong.
Cool! I've always wanted to be a BALBCJ laboratory mouse. But what are we doing here?
The same thing we do every night, Winnie. Ruining a common misconception. Rodents make up 95% of all animals used for biomedical research in America. That's 20 to 30 million mice a year.
Whoa, they must be such effective test subjects.
Actually, they're not. Out of all clinical trials based on mouse models, the results don't apply to humans over 80% of the time.
Well, time to file these.
And those failed trials can cost hundreds of millions of dollars apiece. And this drives up the cost of development, meaning we get fewer new drugs.
Yeah, we're out of funding. Well, then tell the cancer patients they'll have to wait, Pete.
But how can that be? I read mice share 97% of DNA with humans.
True, but that 3% makes a big difference. Mouse metabolisms are 7 times faster. We have different inflammation reactions, and, you know, people are over 3,000 times bigger. And our bodies can have very different reactions to medicine. In one extreme example from 2006, a new cancer drug was tested in mice and passed with flying colors. But when human subjects were injected with just 1/500th of the mouse dosage, within hours, all of the volunteers went into catastrophic multi-organ failure and had to be rushed to the ICU.
Oh.
The truth is, testing on mice just doesn't tell us as much about humans as we think it does.
Jeez Louise! So why do we even use mice in the first place?
Because they're cheap and convenient. Compared to other animal test subjects, mice are a bargain. And they're great in a lab setting because they're easy to tame and store, and they breed like crazy.
Congratulations! It's 100.
Rodents are also super easy to genetically customize. Want a mouse with no immune system? Or how about one that glows in the dark? Extra tumors strike your fancy? You can have whatever model of mouse you want. Finally, the Animal Welfare Act, the only federal law that covers testing on animals, doesn't protect mice at all.
Oh, yeah. We can never get away with this on rabbits.
So even though we know testing on mice is a problem, we keep doing it anyways because it's easier?
And at this point, it's almost impossible not to.
Winnie, this is...
Dr. Azra Raza, director of the Myelodysplastic Syndrome Center at Columbia. I traded 6 Albert Einsteins for her.
Thanks, Winnie, and thanks for keeping me in mint condition. Medical science is almost entirely built around mouse testing. Researchers have been using mice since the 1800s, and students are taught on them from day one of school.
And most other testing methods are prohibitively expensive.
You quite literally cannot do a study without mice. At the moment in the United States, the FDA will almost never approve a trial in humans unless researchers have done it in rodents first. The real problem is cancer research has become so mouse-centric, we cannot replace rodent testing without overhauling the whole system, which is a shame. Because if we want to cure cancer in humans, we should be studying human cancer cells. We are wasting valuable resources and time on mice. Hey, come on. This is a family show.
Thanks, Dr. Raza.
You're welcome. And here's another tip. If you put me in your bike spoke, it will sound like a motorcycle.